to get them all set up. All right, good. All righty. All right, we're gonna get ready to start momentarily. Do 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 do. Oh, it's Lee Glenn's birthday today. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, that's that. Very good. 9:01. We're ready. We're ready. Okay, let's see. Good morning. Happy Monday morning. It's officially Labor Day here in, not Labor Day, Memorial Day, which is funny because growing up in New York, Memorial Day was always the big first weekend of the summer where everybody would go out and the weather would be great usually, and there'd be big parties everywhere, and that's not happening so much this time around. And Memorial Day technically is all about honoring the military people who've lost their lives. And then I saw somebody post something earlier that said they were grateful for all of the heroes, to encompass, people working on the front lines during the pandemic and anybody who's really come before us. And from a yoga standpoint, there's always an honoring. Namaste technically means the divinity within me bows to the divinity within you. So it's really a cool little salutation because it takes the ego away from the whole experience. It's not like, look at who I am and look at what I'm doing. And it's just all about, hey, look, we're all spiritual beings having this human experience. And I salute your experience and you salute my experience, right? So it's kind of a cool thing. And when I first started practicing yoga and going down my spiritual journey, which I had started actually before yoga with meditation and Buddhism and stuff, but I did a lot of meditation and a lot of reading scripts and stuff, scriptures, and fascinating information if you ever wanted to go down that journey. But one of the things that you would always do is you would honor those that came before you. So that's what I want to dedicate our practice today in honor of Memorial Day, plus because we're, practicing yoga, but just honoring those that came before us. So whether that was your mom and dad who are no longer here, or maybe a mentor you had when you were younger, or maybe a current mentor that's no longer here, or grandparents, whatever it is for you, someone that you may have looked up to, or just, a grand salutation and honoring those that came before us, because we wouldn't be able to be here without the people who came before us. And I think it's really important to honor that. And, I got this trusty little tent so I don't have to be up in the sun, and I have, all this technology that's allowing us to stream. And, there are people who've died in the process to get us to this point, right? What I think humans have been here 200,000 years, 250,000 years or something like that. And so I think it's really important to stay grateful. And I also think it's important to do our part. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do our part and keep ourselves healthy and have a great Memorial Day, everyone. So go ahead and let's start with your feet about shoulder distance. Bring your palms together, close your eyes, relax your shoulders. Start breathing in and out of your nose. Let the shoulders drop down, let the top of the head float up. Take a moment and drop your head to one side. Easy neck stretch. Stretching this side of your neck. And then switch that side. Our 8-month-old is getting a little more, 9-month-old, he's 9 months now, he's getting a little more vocal. Drop the arms, or actually keep them up, and just voice that intention to yourself. So again, let's do a little collective intention today, honoring those who came before us and all the great things that we have. Switch directions with your head, rolls, circles, all the great things that we have thanks to those people who put in some hard work and innovation and grit just to get us here, right? Back to the center. Take the arms up, interlace the fingertips, turn the palms up to the ceiling. I gotta lift that up a little bit higher, I think. Do that. So lift them up, stretch back and breathe. Scoot you guys back here just a little bit. That'll be better. Well, almost better. That'll be better. And then you're going to fold to one side. So fold over to one side. Nice, easy stretch. Good. And then switch sides, opposite sides, stretch. Oh. I'm going to close that door so we don't hear that. Lean back, take a nice big inhale, and then fold down, forward, exhale. My wife is doing her own workout inside the house. And Talita is our friend who's leading my wife through this 12-week program with a few other folks. And she's awesome. She's an Olympian. But they do it at the same time we do this. So hang forward, stay there. I'm going to close this door a second. Good. Clasping the hands back behind you if you haven't already. Interlace the fingertips, stretch the shoulders. A few more breaths. Good. One more breath. And then release the arms. Let's roll back up slowly. Rolling back up. Take a few arm circles. One arm. Loosen up the shoulders a little bit. We're going to do a nice strong flow. We'll go through, let's amp it up a little bit and go through 5 sun salutation A, 5 sun salutation B. Switch arms. Get a little nice. We're just going to do an hour. Nice, good, solid hour. Remember, if you're newer, don't do anything that hurts. Side to side a little bit. Breaking up some of that tension and stiffness in the spine always helps. Good. And then back to the center. Palms together. Take the arms up. Nice big inhale. First one, I'll take a little slower. Fold down forward as you exhale. Extend the spine as you inhale. Look forward. Step back to plank pose, top of a push-up. Hold it here, just a few breaths. Good, chaturanga. And then press back up to plank. Chaturanga. Press back up to plank. 3 more like that, lower. Push back up. Lower. Push back up. 1 more, lower. Press up. Good, all the way to the mat. Nice easy back bend, gentle cobra pose. Anytime you feel like you need a little extra break, you can always lower all the way to the mat. That's totally fine. Shoulders down today. Do a little neck stretch, so drop the chin down, extend the back of the neck, turn your head to your right side. Easy neck stretch. And then switch sides, same thing. Good, back to the center. One more inhale. Push up a little taller. Always feel it out for your own body. So never push too much. And then child's pose for a moment, just to let everybody know anytime you need it, you can always go back into child's pose anytime. Downward facing dog from there. Let's go ahead and start by bending the left leg, pushing the right heel down. Give it a nice big stretch, one side. And switch sides from there, same thing. Straightening both legs from there. Come up on the toes, walk softly to the hands. Extending your spine as you inhale, folding as you exhale. All the way up as you inhale. Hands to the heart as you exhale. Arms up again, inhale. Lift, exhale. Fold all the way down, forward. Halfway up as you inhale. You could step back or you could jump back. Chaturanga if you jump. And then through the vinyasa, upward facing dog. Gently, downward facing dog. Hold it here. We'll call that 2. We'll call the first one that we broke down 1. And then we'll call that one 2. Good. Couple breaths. Fingers spread. Palms flat. Lifting the tailbone. Extending the spine and the shoulders. Gently pressing the thighs back. One more breath. Up on the toes again. Walk or hop forward. Extend the spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. All the way up, nice big inhale. Whenever I go up and down, especially, if I haven't done it in the day, I always keep my legs slightly bent. So 3 more like that, arms up, inhale. Fold down, forward, exhale. Extend the spine as you inhale. Step or jump back. Chaturanga. Could lower all the way to the mat, that'd be fine. Inhale, upward facing dog. You could do an extra chaturanga. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Hold it here, a few breaths. So remember that intention of honoring those who've come before us. So it's a spiritual practice. All right. One more breath. Up on the toes, walk or hop forward. I think halfway up and fold. All the way up. In my opinion, one of the best ways that we can honor the people who've come before us is to actually make a decent contribution to the life we have, right? Because ultimately you would think that they would want to have left a better place for us. So hopefully we can make this place a better place so that we can leave it for the next generation, Arms up, inhale. 2 more. Fold down, forward, exhale. Extend the spine as you inhale. Step or hop back as you exhale. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Maybe chaturanga again. Downward facing dog. Fingers spread, palms flat, breath smooth. Just a couple breaths, 2 or 3. Good. Up on the toes again. Walk or hop forward. Halfway up as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. All the way up as you inhale. Hands to the heart as you exhale. Arms up again, inhale. Fold all the way down. Forward, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Step or jump back, exhale. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, shoulders pull back. Back to chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Good. So that's 5 times. Well, we don't complete that one. We just go right into Sun Salutation B, or the first one that we break down. So lift your right leg up, hold it up, drop that left heel down, give it a nice big stretch. Good, then shoulders over the wrists, knee to the nose, abdomen strong, core strength. Lift it back and up.
forward knee to your left side. Just a little twist and squeeze. Backing up. Forward up to your right side. Abdomen strong. Lift it, backing up. All the way forward to the hands. Pause here. Grab your blocks if you have them, or on the fingertips, straighten the front leg, flex the foot. Bend the knee, drop the hips down. Keep that going. Inhale, straighten the leg, flex. Exhale, bend the knee, sink. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Oh, we got a bird in the birdhouse. Inhale and exhale. Haven't seen very many birds in the birdhouse. Inhale, exhale. See, someone thought about building a birdhouse. The person who probably first thought about building a birdhouse is probably no longer with us. Turn the back foot flat, come into warrior one. Now we get to enjoy a birdhouse thanks to that person. I honor that person. Go ahead and clasp the hands back behind you. Interlace the fingertips, lift the upper body up, draw the shoulders back, drop the head back, and breathe. You know, we take all these things for granted, right? We walk around and do things, and like, oh yeah, it should be this way. All right, one more inhale. Fold down, exhale. Well, it wasn't always that way. Drop the head, stretch and breathe. Sink into that front leg, hip. Really give it a big stretch. And then come on, back up, warrior one. Inhale, hands down to the floor, exhale. Which always aggravates me when somebody takes things for granted. Upward facing dog, maybe chaturanga, downward facing dog. I think it's arrogant to take things for granted. Left leg up behind you, sink the back heel down, breathe deep, stretch. I think we need to be walking around in a state of shock, in a state of bliss. Oh my God, this is a yoga mat. I can't believe somebody figured out how to make a yoga mat. And that's unbelievable. What do they do before yoga mats? Shoulders over the wrist, knee to the nose, abdomen strong. Lift it, backing up. Forward knee cross to your right side. And then lift it, backing up. Forward up to your left side. Backing up all the way forward to the hands. Stay there. Straighten the leg, flex the foot. Bend the knee, drop the hips down. Keep that going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right? If they didn't have hats, if somebody didn't figure out how to make hats, I'd have a man bun right now. I don't want a man bun. Inhale, exhale. A couple more times. Inhale, exhale. One more. Good. Turn the back foot flat. Warrior one. Come on up. Shoulders relaxed. Breath smooth. And then clasp the hands back behind you. Interlace the fingertips, lift the heart up, draw the shoulders back, drop the head back, take about 3 breaths. One more inhale, and then you're going to fold down forward as you exhale. Stretch. Good, one more breath, a little deeper stretch. And then back up, warrior one. Inhale, hands down to the floor, exhale. Leg back, vinyasa lower. Upward facing dog, maybe chaturanga again. Downward facing dog, breathe. Fingers spread, palms flat, breath smooth. Head inside the hands, lifting the hips up. Good. Up on the toes again when you're ready. Walk or hop forward. Extending that spine as you inhale, folding as you exhale. chair pose. We're going to do 30 seconds, or maybe a little longer. We're going to add a little twist into our chair pose. So from here, bring the palms together, hook your left elbow outside your right knee, lengthen the upper body, twist and turn up from there. Breathe deep, lengthen that spine, turn up. Good, one more breath. Back to chair. Inhale, switch it, palms together, hook across, lengthen the upper body, turn and twist. Feel that in the spine, feel the spine. Stretch back to the center and then stand, hands together at the heart. Good, big full breath, and now we're going to link it all together. Sun Salutation B, we're going to do 4 times. We'll count that little breakdown as 1. So do the best you can. Chair pose, inhale, fold down, exhale. Halfway up, inhale, step or hop back as you exhale. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Maybe chaturanga again. Down dog, right leg, take it up, bring it forward. Warrior 1, reach up, inhale. Hands down to the floor, leg back. Vinyasa, lower. Remember, all the way to the mat is fine. Upward facing dog, maybe chaturanga. Down dog, left side, take it up, bring it forward. Warrior 1, reach up. Hands down, take the leg back. Lower, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pause here and breathe. Fingers spread, palms flat, breath smooth. Good, one more breath. And then up on the toes again. Walk or hop forward, extend the spine as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Chair pose, inhale, stand, hands together at the heart, exhale. That was technically 2. We're going to do 3 more rounds. We're going to do 1 more like that, and we're going to add Navasana to the second, last 2. Chair pose, inhale, fold as you exhale. Halfway up, inhale, step or jump back as you exhale. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Chaturanga, down dog. Right leg first, take it up, bring it forward. Warrior 1, reach up, inhale. Hands down, leg back. Vinyasa, lower. Staying present, aware of your stretches, aware of your breathing. Left side, take it up, bring it forward. Warrior 1, reach up. Hands down, abdomen strong, elbows back, heart open, shoulders pull back. Maybe that extra chaturanga, downward facing dog. Reset, fingers spread, palms flat, breath smooth. Good. Up on the toes again, walk or hop forward. Halfway up as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Stand up, hands together at the heart, exhale. So now we're going to do 2 more cycles, but we're going to add Navasana, make it a little bit more interesting. So Navasana is boat pose on your tuchus. I don't know where that came from. Back to chair, inhale. And then sit down on your exhale. Good, so hold here, first couple breaths. We'll hold 30 seconds, right? If you're stronger, straighten the legs. Don't round the back. So oftentimes I'll see people kind of doing this, kind of struggling, right? Oh, I'm trying to hold it up. That's too much strain on the back. You want the upper body straight, abdomen strong. Now lift up, a couple more breaths. 1 more inhale,
And then, of course, the hard part, the jump back, cross the legs, set your hands, lean forward, and shoot the legs back. Upward facing dog, maybe chaturanga, down dog. Just like before, same thing, right leg up, bring it forward. Deep bend in that front leg, reach up, stretch, hands down, take the leg back. Vinyasa lower, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left side, take it up, bring it forward. Warrior one, reach up, stretch, hands down, leg back, vinyasa, lower, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, breathe, fingers spread, palms flat, breath smooth. Sounds like there's an animal over there, hoping that it's a bird. The unknown. The unknown can be scary, right? One more breath, and then up on the toes, walk or hop forward. Extend that spine as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Chair pose from there. Again, inhale, stand up, hands to the heart, exhale. Good, so one more cycle like that, same thing. Adding Navasana, slightly different Navasana, but chair first when you're ready. Inhale, sit down, exhale. This time slightly different. You bring the palms together, turn to your right, abdomen strong, lift up. If you feel 15 seconds, if you feel stronger, then you can straighten the legs more, but breathe, whatever you decide. Good, that's 15 seconds. Switch sides. Hang in there. One more breath. Good, then back to the center. Lift up, nice big inhale. Cross the legs. So this is all about the arms and the core and the upper body. So that's where you really have to focus on. Go ahead and set the hands, lean forward. Notice how much my arms are bent. Then shoot the legs back. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right leg, just like before. Last one. Right leg up. Bring it forward. Bend the knees. Warrior one. Reach up. Hands down. Leg back. Vinyasa lower. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga. Down dog. Left side. Take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior one. Reach. Hands down. Leg back. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good. You can drop to the knees for a moment. Tuck the toes. Keep the toes tucked. See that there? Keep them tucked. We'll stretch the feet for a moment. Sit back. A little stretch. So I decided to do 5 because, you know, traditionally in the Ashtanga practice, Ashtanga is a form of yoga, really what all this flow stuff comes from. And they always did 5, always do 5 sun salutation A, 5 sun salutation B, and then they go into a standing sequence. Interlace the fingertips, turn the palms forward, reach the arms up. So I thought, oh, let's honor those who've come before us. Lift the arms up, lean back, and breathe deep. Though we are going to veer from tradition. Next. Because just because somebody did something before doesn't necessarily mean it's the best thing to do now. Right? Lift up, lean back. Like, I much prefer to just turn a dial and have my gas oven flame click start, and then all of a sudden, whammo, I have fire, as opposed to having to, you know, whittle 2 sticks together for fire. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. Not that I ever did that. Lift the feet up, wiggle the toes. I need to learn how to do that. Someone want to teach me how to do that? Someone want to teach me how to make fire from 2 sticks? I feel like that's a good thing to know. All right, right leg up. Bring it all the way forward. Today, stay on the back toes, crescent pose. Crescent pose, totally making this up right now, but crescent pose, because crescent, moon, right? That's why they call this crescent pose, because I don't know, maybe it resembles crescent moon. And back in the day, the people who've come before us used to be guided by the stars and the sun and the moon and the constellations. So again, here we are, honoring those that have come before us. Drive the back leg back, lift the upper body up, lean back, take the arms out to the side. One more big inhale. And then you're going to lean forward, step up to warrior three. Warrior three. Balancing. So technically, you're driving that standing leg straight. You're driving the back leg straight. And you're reaching the arms forward. That's warrior three. Hold it. Breathe. Lift the arms higher. Drive the leg back straighter. A few more breaths. Good. Come all the way back to crescent. Reach up again into a twist. Palms together. Hook the left elbow outside the right knee. Lengthen the upper body up. Turn up as deep as you can or want to in the twist. So left hand can go down, right arm can go up. You could even wrap your whole body. Oh, that's not going to work for me this morning. But breathe, drive the back leg back, lengthen the upper body forward, twist. And you don't have to have that down, right? You could just have this here, palms together, that's fine. We're coming back up, crescent pose. Crescent pose, back up, arms out to the side a little bit, again, like before. Inhale, and then lean forward, step up, warrior three. This time, we're gonna go, whoa, to half moon. So slowly open that left hip. So right hand down, left arm up, and stack the hips. If your balance is okay, you're looking up at that top thumb. Breathing deep. Right away, for some, if you want to, you can grab this back foot. Take what they call Chapasana. And that's going to stretch the quad, the hip a little bit, the shoulder a little bit, the spine. That's an option if you feel like you can do it. Otherwise, right here, breathe. Good, look down from there. Come on back up. And then switch it. Left hand down, right arm up. If you needed to just take a moment, you could take a moment. Bend the standing leg, that would be fine. But then lengthen everything out and fill out that pose. So drive that back leg back. Lengthen the upper body, twist and turn, and breathe into the sensations. Remember, as you do this, you're sending love and healing into your body. Lengthen up. You might not feel like that. One more inhale, twist, and then drop it, hands and feet. All down, shake out the love and healing. Squat, Malasana. Squat down, just a few breaths. This is a little bit of a break. It doesn't matter. You could be squatting on your toes like that, or with the feet flat. Either way is fine. Just take a few extra breaths, and then we're going to go to the other side, but not before we throw in a little arm balance, crow pose. And set the hands. You're able to do the Navasana, the boat pose. Cross your legs and then jump back. Then you definitely want to be working on your crow to chaturanga, your jump back. So if you're not doing that, then you can just watch for a second, or you can just play with what it feels like to get the weight onto the arms. That's the first thing, weight onto the arms. Right? And you balance, a few breaths. Got to feel solid in your arms. Right? And when you feel solid in your arms, then you're going to have to lift the legs and shoot them back. It takes abdomen, core, It takes upper body, shoulder strength. You just lift and shoot the legs back. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders back. And then exhale, maybe chaturanga, downward facing dog. Take a moment, bend the left leg, push the right heel down, stretch it. And then left side, take it up behind you, bring it all the way forward. Stay on the back toes, crescent pose again. Come back to your intention. Shoulders relaxed, breath smooth. You know, so much of the yoga practice is really being in the moment, experiencing your body, doing all these different poses and breathing while you're doing it, and ultimately creating a better you. That's really what you're doing. Lifting the upper body up, drive the back leg back, lean back, breathe deeply. One more inhale. And then lean forward, step up, warrior three. Remember, we started with the traditional warrior three. So drive the back leg back, extend the spine forward, reach your arms forward and hold it. Breathe deep. Notice where you have some work to do. So maybe it's straightening the standing leg, maybe it's straightening the back leg, maybe it's lifting the back leg, maybe your arms are down here or your upper body's down here. Lift them up. Lift them up. I definitely feel this in my shoulders and upper back. Breathe. Maybe today your balance is way off, in which case, fine, put the hands down for a moment. Mine's a little bit off, but I'm able to hang. A couple more breaths. Good. Back to crescent. Remember, we went into a twist. Palms together. Hook that right elbow this time outside the left knee. Lengthen the upper body. Twist and turn and breathe. Yeah, there's some kind of animal back in there. I just saw something move, but I don't know what it is. Oh, I guess it's a bird, maybe. Lengthen up, twist up, breathe deeply. Good. Now back to the center, lean back, lift up, back to crescent pose. One more inhale. And then lean forward, step up again. Warrior three. Oh, my leg is screaming at me right now. Half moon, slowly open that hip. Right, that top hip opens, left hand goes down, right arm goes up. And remember, if you're one of those who wants to bend this leg and reach for the foot, then go for it. Driving that back leg back, and breathing deeply. Good. Release that leg. Go ahead and hold a few more breaths. And then back to warrior three. Oh man, I definitely need a little break. Right hand down, left arm up. My left glute is telling me, dude, you're not ready for this. You're not ready. Right hand down, left arm up. It's reverse twisting half moon. So lengthen and turn and twist and breathe. Good. A few more breaths. Good. All right. Hands down, feet down. Shake it out there for a moment. Just going to move this out of the sun. From there, shaking that leg out. Squat down again and breathe. So just a nice stretch in your squat pose. Sitting up nice and tall, breathing deeply. So next we're going to go into crow pose again. So you can just stay in this pose. That's totally fine to just breathe and hang out. Or crow to headstand. I'm gonna do crow to headstand. And so you can play with that for 30 seconds. Set the hands, lean forward, balance on the arms. Maybe that's enough. If not, drop the head onto the head, lift legs up, breathing deeply. Good. If you're up there, slowly come down. And you know, part of this trick is leaning back and then lifting the body up, back, crow, and then jumping back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. And if you're still in the squat, go ahead and just step back. Downward facing dog. Take a moment, bend your right leg, push the left heel down, give it a nice breath. Nice stretch. Good. All right. And then the right leg again. Take it up, bring it forward, stay on that back toes. One more time. Crescent pose on this side. Go ahead and lift up, side. Breathing deeply. So really feel that front side, for me right now, left side hip flexor stretch. Lifting the upper body up, leaning back slightly, so it's definitely a back bend, so don't go too deep into your back, but definitely lift the upper body up, lean back. A few more breaths. One more inhale. And then look forward, lean forward, step up, warrior three. Drive the back leg back, extend the torso forward, arms out to the side, and let's add in a little bit of strength here. 7 times, you're gonna lower the standing leg and straighten. Good, and lower. Keep your balance if you can, and straighten as low as you can. Lower, straighten, that's 3, 4 more, lower, straighten, good, lower, straighten, lower, straighten, 2 more, lower, straighten, 1 more. This is going to be hard on my left side. I'm already anticipating the left side. Hands down, lift the back leg up, stretch. Standing splits. Lift that back leg, pull your leg in closer. And here we haven't done this in a long time, but set the hands, and then I want you to just kind of lean into the arms. So forget the standing splits for the moment, and I just want you to lean into the arms right here. I want your hands no further than just a few inches in front of your foot. And I want you to lean in, bend the arms and lean in. And if you can, just hop that foot. This is really hard. It's not handstand. It's to develop the strength in your arms and for arm balances and eventually handstand, but just lift. All right, that's it. Back to crescent, just 2 times. Lift up, inhale. Palms together, twist. Could drop the back knee. That would be fine. Lengthen the upper body up. Turn and twist. And then if you want to, then you could take an arm balance, side arm balance. Fall out to the side, straighten both legs that way. If you want. Nice little transition. Go ahead and step back after a few breaths. Vinyasa, lower down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Maybe chaturanga. Good. Take a moment, bend that left leg again. Push the right heel down. Give it a really big stretch. And then one more side here. Left leg up. Bring it all the way forward. Stay on the back toes. Crescent pose. Arms up, arms out to the side. Lift up, lean back. A few breaths. All right, it should be challenging, at least a little bit. And I'm not a big, I like to challenge myself in all kinds of ways. Here is one way, in a safe way, but also in other ways. One more inhale, and then lean forward, step up, warrior 3. Arms out to the side, and then 7 times. Lower the standing leg, and then straighten, and lower, and straighten. A little bit of a speed skater thing. Lower, straighten, that was 3, lower, straighten, 4, lower, straighten, 5, 2 more, lower, straighten, 6, 1 more, lower, straighten, 7, lift the back leg up, lean into that, and breathe deep. But the challenge in yoga, it's a safe challenge. It's not dangerous. It shouldn't be dangerous. It should be a healthy kind of challenge. Lift that back leg up. A few more breaths. Good. And then hands to the floor here, our little upper body strengthener. So you're going to lean forward. And then, again, I'm hopping just because I'm not putting, here's what it would look like. If you could just kind of hold, and if you felt super good, you go up that way, right? That's the idea. You control this with your arms. That's the idea. So you're building that arm back, tricep strength. One more inhale. Come on back. And then crescent pose. Arms out to the side. Just take a nice big inhale, lean back. And then palms together. Hook your right elbow outside the left knee. Lengthen the upper body up. Twist and turn. If you want the arm balance, now's your chance to go to the arm balance. Lean out to the side. Set the hands, bend, and stretch. Very good. Step the legs back. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. All right, there you have it. Drop to the knees. This time, point the toes back. Sit back onto the heels. We're going to do a little shoulder stretch. Rabbit pose. Interlace the fingers back behind you. Lift your upper body up. Draw the shoulders back. Drop the head back. Take a big inhale. And then fold down forward as you exhale. Onto the very top of the head. Stretch. Good. Release that. And just one point for a moment while you rest is that in the yoga practice, there's such a delicate balance between effort and surrender. I call it the sweet spot of surrender. Because when you're pushing, for instance, in this pose, again, if I'm here lifting these arms up and just going like kind of aggro about pushing it, I'm not going to be able, this is so key, such a key concept in yoga. I'm not going to be able to soften and relax and release into a deeper stretch if I just have that mindset of push, 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 push. So you want to push a little bit in a conscious way, conscious endurance, right? But you want to consciously push and relax, and push and relax, and push and relax. All right, now come up onto the knees. Double up your mat if you need to. Give a little extra padding for your knees. We're going to go right into a back bend. Well, we'll do half. So right hand to the heel, left arm up. Lean back and stretch. I think this is one of the safest ways to do a bigger back bend. That's why I like to start with your spine. You have to know your spine. Abdomen strong. Switch it. All right, whatever happens to you in the comfort of your own home there is your responsibility. Lift up, lean back, a few more breaths. Good, abdomen strong. Come forward, and let's see. We'll do one more like that. So you can rest for a moment. You can take child's pose if you needed it. Otherwise, you just sit here and pause for a moment and notice. That's another thing that I think traditionally we've kind of lost a little bit, which is just those moments where you just sit and pause. Notice how you feel. Notice the energy moving through your system. And that energy is your aliveness, right? Once you're no longer alive, you will not feel that energy. There's a lot of other things too, but that's part of being alive, is that energy that we are, right? Go ahead and one more back bend here. So lift up. You could do the half and half again, just a couple breaths on each side. If you felt like you could go all the way back with both hands, do that. Drive the hips forward, lift the heart up, drop the head back, and breathe. One more breath. Good. Abdomen strong. Slowly come down, come out, and then child's pose. Child's pose, give your back a moment to rest. Should feel good. And then we're just going to head right over to pigeon, just for timing purposes. But I want to share with you, so go ahead, it's downward facing dog. And last time, take a moment, bend the right leg, push the left heel down, big stretch. Switch sides, same thing, nice big stretch. Good. And then step the leg forward, pigeon. We're going to do a minute and a half in pigeon pose. Let's set a timer here. So that idea of pausing is such a big deal, in my humble opinion, because like Ram Dass, if you don't know who Ram Dass is, then look him up. But he just passed away recently, sadly, but he was one of the pioneers of spirituality, for lack of a better word. So the short story is, he was doing all those LSD experiments at Harvard, got kicked out, went to India, became spiritual, found a guru, became spiritual, came back, and he was a seeker. He was a seeker, and he started giving all these talks, and he used to say that we, in our culture, because we just gone from one thing to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, that we walk around with these ill-digested experiences, which I think is such a great visual. You want to have an experience, and you want to assimilate the experience. How did that work? Was that good? Was that not so good? Did it feel right? Should I do it again? Should I not do it again? I don't want that ever to happen again. We have this dialogue, this communication with our intuition, and it's ultimately how we create a great life for ourselves, and hopefully share our tactics with others, right? Go ahead and switch legs. That's 90 seconds on that leg. But oftentimes, and even in yoga, right? You're moving from one pose to the next pose. What's the next thing? And what's the thing I'm going to be able to do? And how, I'm guilty of it just as much as the next person. I love that there are birds in the birdhouse, you guys. I'm so excited about that. But I think it's important to pause and to step back and to say, okay, how did that work? Whatever it is, a yoga class, a meal, the way you cook something, right? The way you're interacting with your significant other, and ultimately how you're spending time with yourself, because at some point you're gonna stop and pause and look back and go, wow, either I could have, should have, or would have done it differently, or wow, if I could do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing. And that's one of my goals, is when I look back, if I look back, will I be able to say, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. Right now there's a couple little tiny things, but overall I'm pretty good. Last few breaths on this side. That's my moment of wisdom for you today. Whatever you decide to do, just take it in and experience it, and make sure that you remember that if it weren't for all the people before us, we wouldn't be here today. And if possible, really, really have a little bit more awareness and don't just move through. I think if you're watching this or you're practicing right now, I think you're not one of these people, or maybe you're just understanding this. Go ahead and come on up and bring the legs forward. But ultimately, we don't just live blindly. We actually have a little bit of consciousness and awareness. So Instagrammers, you guys are going to be gone shortly because you get an hour, and we're just going to go back and do a little twist in Shavasana. So thank you very much for showing up and practicing with us. Butt out to the side, flex the feet back, reach the arms up, fold forward. And just my announcement for the donations. If you have the ability, then you can donate to help support our studio while we're still shut down. You can go to 5pointyoga.com, or you can just Venmo me directly at Teddy McDonald. So either one of those work, and I appreciate all of that. Thank you very much. So forward bend, stretching, a few more breaths. And then from there, you can roll up, roll back, take the legs up and over your head for plow pose. Support your back, take the legs up, few breaths. Legs wide from there, few breaths. Bend the knees, soles of the feet together, few breaths. Legs up and then down over your head slowly. And then we'll take our Shavasana. Go ahead and pull the right knee in, give it a good squeeze in. Roll to your left side. Twist. And then switch sides, same thing. Opposite leg in and twist, other direction. A few breaths. Back to the center. Shavasana, final rest. Go ahead and take the arms open, palms up, eyes closed. A few breaths. Or a few minutes, let's say. 3 minutes. Totally relax. Here's the moment to just assimilate, take note, and be aware. Go ahead and bring the left hand to your heart center, right hand to your belly. Pause. Nurture yourself. Left hand nurturing the heart, right hand grounding your belly. Then go ahead and bend inside. Just pause, take a moment. And then back up to a comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. Short meditation here. Let's just go a couple minutes. Or a minute, full minute. Sit up tall, relax the shoulders, and breathe. And so again, back to that intention of honoring those who've come before us. Pause and sit in your space, and not just your physical space, but your emotional space, your mental space, your energetic space. And be aware. Good. Last few moments. Bring the palms together at the heart. Just take a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for every breath. Namaste. Namaste, friends. Thank you very much for joining me on this lovely Monday morning for me. Whenever it is you're watching it, it's Monday morning for me. Happy Memorial Day, and I hope you had a great day. I hope you have a great day. Remember, support us if you can at 5pointyoga.com or just Venmo me directly. Otherwise, support your local businesses. I think we're starting to kind of open up a little bit sooner, a little bit here and there. I am hearing things and seeing things, so hopefully that's all good news. But stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks, you guys.